All right, so I got another reaction coming at y'all, man. We need to talk. Me reacting to this sister actually got the most views on my channel right now, so I doubt they do that again. I guess people be looking for the drama, man. It seemed like I was about to go in on the sister, but that wasn't my intent. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into what the sister's talking about this time.
One who isn't treating me right or doing what you're supposed to
But that
do.
goes back to my first question. Why are you with him in the first place?
Well, then that again comes back to me. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm broken, and somewhere there's something in me that I need to fix because I'm with you because there's something that
You remind me of my trauma.
yeah, or not even that you remind me of my trauma because sometimes you don't know that you have trauma.
Listen, it's the message right here. Black boy, tell me how you really feel. Cause I just wanna build with you. Black girl, tell me how you really feel. I wanna keep it real with you. I wanna live better, eat better. I wanna love better, sleep better. Yeah, I wanna feel so aligned. Sublime.
What has been your experience with men that you consider alpha?
I haven't had much experience with alpha males. To be honest, I don't know very many alpha males that are
Your
out here.
ideas of what these men are like, what are they informed by? Because you seem to have a pretty good idea
Of what I want.
of what an alpha man is like.
Well, yeah, I mean, an alpha man is a man that handles his business.
No, but you just said you don't know any.
I don't know. I've never dealt with them personally. Like, I never dated one.
So
I'll
how do you
say
know
that.
what they're like is my question.
I don't. When you ask me what I want, if I do to describe one, that's what I would describe.
How can you want something you don't know?
I know what I've had. If I haven't had an alpha man,
I don't know. My brother might be turning into the young Kevin Samuels because it's like when you pay attention to what they say and you question them on the actual words that they're using, a lot of the times they start to fall apart. That's what he's doing right now. You can't describe and discuss something that you never had. You're gonna be guessing at the end of the day because you haven't had any experience with it. It's the same thing for when men be talking about they want dime pieces and all these other stuff and submissive women. You ain't never experienced that shit. So it's like you really don't know what you asking for. You really don't know what goes into being with a woman like that. The same concept, it happens on both sides. But this is brilliant when he started doing this type of stuff. Let's continue.
I know that an alpha man is going to be the opposite of this. If
Not
I have a
necessarily.
man, yeah, when you think of it scientifically, if
Don't
you
do that,
describe it as
sis.
scientifically,
The
the
need to be
gorilla
right.
guy, the out to get it, the da 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 da.
So the men that you were with, you knew they weren't alpha.
No, I did not. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like a.
So how do you trust yourself to be able to recognize one later in life?
How do I trust myself?
Yeah.
Because I know myself better now. I didn't know myself as well as I know myself now.
And this is the problem. This is the problem. It don't have nothing to do with you knowing yourself. You still don't know the men that you want. That's the problem. You don't know the men. That's the problem. Let's go into this Bible right quick. How do you trust yourself? You shouldn't. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 25. Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding. That's the problem because in the black community, our original culture was arranged marriages. Your parents had a lot to do with your your spouse. You wasn't just out here moving and trying to figure it out on your own. A lot of people don't know that. I'm gonna read it again. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 25. Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter. Because marriage is a very serious thing, especially for the sisters. You attach your daughter to a horrible person, you gonna destroy her life, man. That's the why he said it's a weighty matter. This is a big deal. Marriage is a big deal, and we play with it like it's not that important. It's the most important decision you probably gonna make in your life, outside of if you gonna serve the Most High or not. He said, but give her to a man of understanding, because as a man, I don't think too many, I don't know too many fathers that would deliberately give their daughter to a horrible guy. I don't know too many fathers that would make a decision and say, hold up. Yeah, I know he a bad dude, but he tall. He a bad dude, but he look like he's some fun. No father would do that. That's the problem. You looking at it from a selfish standpoint. Well, I know myself better now. Yeah, but you don't know the men though. That's the problem. Let's continue.
So 10 years ago, 5 years ago, the person that I thought was alpha because of what it looked like on the outside, because you got a lot of money and it looks like you got this and it looks like you got that. Now, fast forward 5 years later, I realize like that ain't shit. Like anybody can pretend to have this and that. It's about what you're really doing. It's about the mindset. It's about all these other things. But I don't know that until I experience
Not
something
necessarily.
else.
So let me.
It still sounds horrible though because you have to experience. You got to really think about it. A lot of times men can see through dudes that ain't about shit. Yeah, you can put that little. You try to run that game on my daughter, nigga, but I see through you. I can see through the bullshit. Most dudes know when they come in contact with a shitty dude. Most men can see straight through that. Women struggle with that because they have different little avenues and different little criteria that they rank men by. Cause that go right back to. Let me get it right quick. It go right back to it's gonna be a problem in the end regardless. If you haven't experienced it, if you still haven't experienced this man on a level, you spending years, you spending time, and 9 times out of 10, y'all getting sexually active. You still taking it the wrong way. You still going the wrong route. This is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. Because as a father, if you're allowing your daughter to basically test out all these men, you're causing her to go through whoredom. Because let's just be honest, in America, most people when they say they're in a relationship, they're having sex. So if you allow your daughter to go through all these different men to try to, okay, well, I found out later that he was a bad dude. Then I got with this next guy. He showed me all the good things at first. Then I found out he was a bad dude. How many times does that have to happen? But your father, if you put him in front of your dad, he probably saw through it. He probably saw through the act. Your father knew the questions to ask. You get what I'm saying? Let me read it again. This is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness, because that's what then happened in America. That's what happened in Jerusalem. It was fair game. It was fair game. Everybody can do whatever they want to. That's what happens in the black community. We let our daughters and our sons pick and choose who they want to deal with, and they're destroying themselves in the process. But this the problem. The men got to get back in their children's lives. Get your ass back in the process of your child choosing a spouse, because our children are destroying themselves. Let's go back.
Let me ask you this. So you said you know yourself now better than you did 10 years ago.
Yeah,
That's facts. That's valid. Do you feel like you know alphas better now than you did 10 years ago?
I do, because I have been around more alpha males in general, not in a relationship. I don't have to be in a relationship with someone to see that they are an alpha male.
Okay.
I mean, just like you don't have to be in a relationship with an alpha female to see that she's an alpha female.
I don't
by
believe
her
in
action.
alpha females.
You don't know any?
I don't believe in them.
You don't believe in alpha females?
Because based on the definition of alpha, it is a masculine disposition. And a female who claims to be alpha is just a female with a masculine disposition. But she's not really alpha.
Facts.
I debate with that. Everybody is masculine and feminine. Everyone, I mean, it's scientifically, everybody.
We have masculine and feminine energy.
Man, look, man, I'm tired of people saying that shit. I'm tired of people saying that shit. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Nowhere does it say that men and women supposed to have masculine and feminine traits. And I'm gonna give it to you from the perspective of a man biblically. This is First Corinthians chapter 6, and I'm gonna start at verse 9. This is it said, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind." Let's get the definition of effeminate. Having feminine qualities untypical of a man, not manly in appearance or manner. Going back, this is First Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of God. So a lot of times we like to get into this bag and say, well, men and women are supposed to have masculine and feminine traits. That's not biblical. That's not biblical. When you look at the role that the Most High gave the women, those are more of the feminine qualities. Period. It's a reason why men have a problem with dealing with women that move in that masculine frame. It's because you're moving like a man. And it's a reason why women don't like effeminate men. Because if she wanted a woman, she would go deal with one. Stop saying this. That shit ain't true. Men and women are not supposed to have both male and female characteristics. Men supposed to act like men and women supposed to act like women. It is what it is. Stop it.
But
Right.
what happens though is when feminine energy is being expressed unhealthily, it comes out as masculine energy. When masculine energy is expressed unhealthily, it comes out as aggression.
Okay.
Yeah, an unhealthy woman turns into a man essentially and wonders why men aren't attracted to
Not
her.
necessarily. Not necessarily, because there's a lot of women that express their emotions unhealthily and become a damsel in distress, and that's not masculine at all.
But those women tend to have a better outcome than the alpha women.
That's a fact.
They have a better outcome as to
With
how. Like, what are
with
you?
men, with men, with men.
I'm not finna play this game with this sister, man. There's not a woman alive that then played the damsel in distress and didn't get the outcome that she wanted, especially from a man that actually like her. There's not a woman alive that then played that game, stroked that man ego, and didn't get what she wanted. My sister asked me my sister asked me a couple months ago. She said, "Why does it look like all the hoes that we went to school with seem like they winning?" I said, because at a very early age, they understood that when you stroke a man's ego, they'll damn near do anything for you. That's why a lot of them girls were the ones that was kind of doing a little too much at that time. They married now, but they know how to stroke a man's ego, and guess what? They married, housewives, children. But all them feminist chicks that I'm not finna show no weakness to no man. They struggling right now. They by themselves right now. Cause you trying to put on this facade like you don't need no damn help. But guess what? Them sisters that kind of was dealing with a lot of men at the time, they started learning the game early. Now, was it wicked? Of course. They shouldn't have had to go through that. But they learned something that a lot of them feminist chicks didn't learn. You stroke a man ego, he'll do whatever. That's First Ezra chapter 4. Actually, let me get it right quick. That's First Ezra chapter 4. And actually, if you read the book of Esther, she show you how powerful it is to play the damsel in distress. This is just to show you that a man will do damn near anything for a woman if she giving him what he want. If she playing like he's necessary and needed. This is first Ezra chapter 4 verse 26. Wherefore a man, I'm gonna start at verse 25. No, I'm gonna start at verse 24. And looketh upon a lion, and goeth into darkness. And when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love. Because most men, they do everything that they doing to try to impress women. It is what it is. It is what it is. Most men move like that. So if your woman, if she doing what she supposed to make you feel some type of way, I'm gonna read it again. And looketh upon a lion, you will go and stare down a lion for this sister, and goeth in darkness. And when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love. Now think about it, right? You willing to go do all this? You going through dangerous situations just to bring it back to this woman. That's how men get down. Verse 25. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother, because them the people that brought him into brought him into existence. And you, most men, love their spouse, that woman that's making them feel some type of way, more than the people that gave him existence. Reading on, verse 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Guess what? That's what feminine women get. When they can move and they learn how to manipulate how you think and how you move, they got you. It is what it is. Now, some women know how to use it for good and some women use it for evil. Now, if you can find your sister that can use that and know how to use that for good, boy, you gonna be hey, that's a different type of situation right there. I'm gonna read it again. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes, because most women don't understand. They control men, but they don't know how. They don't know how to use that power because they want to be men. Men don't have that type of power over men. Women have that type of power over men. That's why he was talking about this in this chapter. They were talking about what's the most powerful thing on the earth. He said the Most High God's laws or His truth and women. That's what he said. This is Zerubbabel. Verse 27. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women, because that's what happens when most women play the damsel in distress. They know how to stroke your ego, make you feel like you necessary and needed. Now, for the women that might be listening to this, don't use that to be evil. Use it for good. If you got a brother that you know got potential, you can stroke his ego to make him reach higher. If you know your husband going off, you treat him a certain type of way. Actually, let me get it out the Bible. Let's just go to the book. This is First Peter chapter 3. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. Because when a woman dealing with you a certain type of way, it make you reconsider shit a lot. That's why he said, be in subjection to your own husbands. Now, what man that you know who is not following God the way he should be is used to a woman being in subjection to him? So if you are already in a mode where you go like damn, why is she acting like this? You're not a man of God, but she being in subjection to you. She talking to you a certain way. That's why I said they also may be without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. The way she speak to him can make him be like, damn, hey, what's that stuff you learning? Why you acting like that? Why you being so submissive? Why you being so feminine? Why you being so nice? That's Bible. That's Bible. Verse 2. While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear. A lot of our sisters don't understand chaste conversation. Let's continue.
Being the damsel in distress, of course, because every man wants to flaunt their ego to save a woman.
And the alpha men have the biggest ego.
And it doesn't necessarily work out the best. It looks like it, but then a lot of those situations are the very toxic situations, abusive situations.
So, okay, let me ask you this.
I can't let that slide. I might have to just do multiple parts to this one because I don't want to keep on doing this. Why do women do that? Why do women do that? You jump straight to the negative aspects of that. Why does everything have to have a negative connotation when it's something that you don't do? Because if you're not in a situation where you're playing the damsel in distress, how do you know that it be toxic situations? How do you know? Why would you just automatically go to that? I don't get it. I don't get it. Stop doing that. I ain't even gonna. Let's just continue. Let's continue.
Because we talk about like how is it 27% of black women will never get married or something like that, it's 27 will get married. The of that 27% that is successful, what have you seen or observed are some consistent traits that they have that some of the women who aren't successful don't have?
Aren't successful in being married?
If we're gauging success, relational success by marriage relationship, what are the traits that the ones who are being success, who found success in that have, that the ones who haven't found success in that don't have?
This should be interesting.
I don't know. I'm considered unsuccessful because I'm not married or in a relationship.
No, not unsuccessful. But I'm saying unsuccessful at that.
Right. I am unsuccessful at that. So I don't know. If I knew, I wouldn't be unsuccessful.
I mean, as far as as far as like just analyzing people, right? Like what are some consistent traits of millionaires? They all wake up at 6 a.m. So maybe if I want to be a millionaire,
they don't all wake up at 6 a.m.
I'm using that as an analogy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if I want to be a millionaire, I can start waking up earlier at the very least. So when I'm asking that, I'm asking like, what have you seen be successful? Well, it's a two-part question. Have you seen such stuff be successful? What are those things? And why do you think the people who claim to want that success don't do those things? Does that make sense?
I think that the successful relationships of black men and black women come down to having two people who are on the same page of what success looks like in a relationship. So those that have failed, myself included, I would say that I have gotten into a relationship with someone who I was not on the same page with. Like either mentally, emotionally, goal-wise.
I'm gonna stop it right there. I might come back and do another reaction to this. When women say that they not on the same page with they significant other, when any woman say that, it's her fault. Period. Because let's be real. We using the Bible around here. We talk Bible. The woman is supposed to get on the page, whatever page the man is on. If you chose to be in a relationship with him, you had to already look down the line of, does he have character? What is his morals like? What does he believe in? So if you're in a relationship with this man, you're supposed to agree with those things out the gate, right? So if y'all not on the same page, it's your fault, and I'm gonna prove it. I think it's in the same chapter I was just in. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 and verse 26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? He asking the question, do you have a wife after your mind? That means she's supposed to be on your page. Whatever you trying to do, whatever your morals and values are, whatever your game plans is for the future for the family, she's supposed to be an assistant to your dream. Period. I'm gonna read it again. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not. Think about how the Bible talks. He said, if you have a woman moving like that, you do not forsake her. Whatever she need, provide it. But give not thyself over to a light. Do not deal with a stupid woman, man. That's what light means. She's dumb. It's bird brain. Retarded. Do not give yourself over to a girl with a nice ass and she's stupid. Cause we know what happens in the black community. She cute. She got a nice little walk. Booty sitting right in her little sundress, and now you acting a damn fool, but she dumb. Let me read it again. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? As a woman, you're supposed to be trying to get on his page. You're supposed to be after your husband's mind. That's why the character stuff supposed to come first. Do he got good character? Is he a leader? Does he have good morals and values and integrity? Once you figure out that he got those things, it shouldn't be a problem trying to follow his mind because you know he's a good person already. But hey, what do I know? But you know, I'm not trying to come at the sister, man. But I feel like I don't know how old she is, but I know people were not teaching her these things. I know for a fact nobody was teaching her this. That's why I can't go too hard on the sister because a lot of women in our communities, they're not taught how to be women. They taught how to be men by default in the black community because they taught to not need a man. They taught to not want to not have to depend on a man, and that get them in trouble every time. But hey, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm out.